Hello, welcome back. This is How Do You Do a Space with another Valheim Mod video. I'm here with my new friend Spyro, that's what I call my little glowing orb here, and we are covering the Skyheim mod today. This mod is super cool, adds a bunch of magic to the game, adds a reason to kill bosses over and over, and adds some really cool runes to the game that enables magic. So the basics of this mod are pretty simple. You kill bosses, you get drops, you craft runes with the drops, and then you use the runes to cast spells. You have mana, and you can upgrade some of these runes to improve their performance. If you've seen any of my previous Valheim videos, my base will be noticeably different in this one, and that's because I left the old one and set off on a new adventure and built myself a castle. I won't go into great detail here, but if you want to see a tour of the new castle, let me know in the comments. Let's get right into it. Alright, so let's start with the breakdown of the different tiers of magic. The first tier comes after the first boss, Eikthyr, and in tier 1 we unlock 4 different runes: Frostbolt, Firebolt, Healing, and Light. Frostbolt and Firebolt are pretty straightforward. As is Healing, it heals in an area around you, and Light summons a little ball of light. Tier 2 is unlocked after killing the second boss, the Elder, and the 3 runes unlocked in this tier are Force, Invigorate, and Warmth. Force summons a shield wall that pushes enemies back. Invigorate restores stamina instantly and over time. And Warmth increases health and stamina regeneration, and gives you resistance to the cold. Tier 3 is unlocked after defeating Bone Mass and getting his drops. And the 3 runes unlocked in Tier 3 are Recall, Travel, and Blink. Recall is similar to the Hearthstone of World of Warcraft. It brings you back to your bed that you've set as your home. Travel increases your movement speed, draining mana while you hold it. And Blink teleports you a certain distance forward. The 4th tier is unlocked after getting the drops from the 4th boss, Moder, and the 2 runes unlocked in tier 4 are Frost Nova and Immolation. And the 5th and final tier is triggered by the last boss, Yagluth. Tier 5 currently only unlocks 1 rune, and that's Glacial Spike. Now let's talk crafting requirements for each rune. The rune of Frostbolt requires 1 hard antler and 4 amber pearls. The rune of Firebolt requires 1 hard antler, 4 ruby, and 10 resin. The rune of Healing requires 1 hard antler and 4 amber. And the rune of Light is the same, 1 hard antler and 4 amber. The rune of Force requires 1 Elder Core and 4 rubies, as does the rune of Invigorate, which is 1 Elder Core and 4 rubies. And the rune of Warmth requires 1 Elder Core and 4 amber. The rune of Recall requires 1 slime-encrusted bone and 4 amber pearl. Same goes for the rune of Travel, 1 slime-encrusted bone and 4 amber pearl. The rune of Blink requires 1 slime-encrusted bone and 4 Surtling cores. The rune of Frost Nova requires 6 dragon tears and 4 freeze glands. And the rune of Immolation requires 6 dragon tears, 4 Surtling core, and 25 resin. Finally, the rune of Glacial Spike requires 1 goblin heart, 10 freeze glands, and 2 dragon tears, making it the only rune that requires 2 boss drops. And now, this evening, Spyro and I would like to demonstrate for you all of the runes you can possibly use in this mod. Alright, starting with Frostbolt, costs 15 mana and does 40 base frost damage. This rune is upgradable. Firebolt also costs 15 mana and does a base 45 fire damage. The healing spell heals all allies within 10 yards for a total of 40 health over 4 seconds. This costs 40 mana and has a 30-second cooldown. The light spell is very straightforward. It summons Spyro for you. You can click it again to desummon it. The Force spell does a base of 20 damage with 500 knockback. So the main utility of this spell is the knockback. It creates a shield wall in front of you that pushes enemies back and stuns them. This spell costs 20 mana and is upgradable. The Invigorate spell instantly restores stamina and increases stamina regeneration for a short time. This rune is also upgradable. The Warmth spell increases your health and stamina regeneration and makes you resistant to the cold. This costs 40 mana and lasts 5 minutes. The Recall spell calls on the Valkyries to take you home. This takes you to the bed that you've claimed as your own, costs 80 mana, and has a 10-minute cooldown. The Rune of Travel increases movement speed while it's held, but also drains mana. The Blink spell simply teleports you a base of 15 meters forward and is upgradable, adding 5 meters to the teleport each level. Frost Nova freezes enemies around you and does AoE frost damage, costing 50 mana and doing a base AoE damage of 85. The Immolation spell creates a fire aura around you that burns enemies and does damage. This costs 40 mana, lasts for 20 seconds, and has a 45-second cooldown. And lastly, the Glacial Spike spell throws out a volley of piercing frost bolts. This spell costs 20 mana and does a base pierce damage of 15 and a base frost damage of 30, both of which are upgradable. So those are the basics of this mod. I don't want to go into too much detail because I want to leave some things for you guys to explore, but that should get you started and on your way to having a blast with some magic in Valheim. If you like this video, don't forget to like it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a tour of my new castle, or if you have any other mods that you think I should showcase. Thanks again for watching, and happy modding!